Welcome back, everybody. We have another exciting race for you today. It's not over yet. Here we're going to have Ronnie versus Kirefel. Before we get any further, very important announcement to make. The one, the only Elo Gemini is here helping me out. Call the action. Elo Gemini, welcome.
Thank you very much. That was a very kind intro. I'm almost blushing. But let's get into the important people. Ronnie, I would like to talk about first. He is an absolute machine at this game. His current PB is recently got a 28. He's the third person in the world to get a 28. So it will be interesting to watch that side of the screen. His best race time is actually the best race time in this tournament at 29:56. So he is running consistently and well, so he is definitely a force to be reckoned with. We were talking to him a little bit earlier ago, and he said he's probably not going to watch the other person streaming, Kirefel, but he might have chat open, so he may get a few indications of where he is. But he's feeling pretty good. He's been practicing some of the areas that he's not feeling too comfortable with, trying to improve even more what he's already got, which is lightning fast. So, can you tell us a little bit about Kirefel, please, friend?
Yeah, indeed. So, Kirefel, a veteran of the Ori community, at least tournament-wise, was a participant in the last tournament. But yeah, UncleRonny has a little bit of an advantage on being 4 seconds off of world record for the PV. Kirefel knows that, and Kirefel is not expecting to win here, but does have a few goals of his own. So Kirefel is really hoping to bring down his race time for the tournament, because that does affect seeding in the bracket stage. He's also hopefully gonna get a PB here. The PB is a little bit before the new reroute we had where we skipped the Ginsu escape. So really interested to see how he's going to tackle this.
Yeah, no, he might be a little bit rusty from the last time. I haven't seen him play much, but it will be interesting to see how much of that he's kind of kept and if he's been practicing enough to pull off what he wants to do in this race, which is understandable. You're up against a Goliath like Ronnie and not going to
here
go
we go.
for
Sorry to interrupt, Gemini.
No problem. Oh, that cutscene. I say cutscene.
It's so good, it might as well be a cutscene, Elo.
If that was a cutscene in this game, we definitely would not skip it. It's far too beautiful.
Yeah, that's one sad thing about the speedrun of this game, is that you skip all the beautiful cutscenes through the game, skip all the dialogue, skip all the story. But an advantage of that is this does become essentially a spoiler-free run. You can watch this and you'll get little bits and pieces of the story, but most of it is still hidden away behind all the cutscenes we skip.
Yeah, it's always good for people who are just kind of interested in the game that don't actually know how to run it or have never played it before, and they're like, I don't want it spoiled, but I still want to see how cool the movement is. Perfect game for it. So we see the first energy stall, unfortunately, being picked up and stopping us from proceeding if we do not. And just business as usual. Not really a difference in the positions, as we won't see until a little later on, where Ronnie might be able to take a little bit of a lead.
Yeah, you're gonna see Ronnie and Kirefel appear to be doing the same things, and for some reason Ronnie just keeps on inching further and further and further ahead, seemingly doing nothing different. There's so many small, tiny optimizations in this run, and Ronnie's the type of player who's gonna show those off.
It is actually miraculous how different people can be when all you have to do in the starting segment is literally run and jump. You'd think that can't really go anywhere, but you get such a separate time between the top runners and the newer runners. It's crazy how many optimizations you can actually squeeze into just running and jumping.
Here we go, UncleRonny. You're still just pulling a couple seconds ahead. Kirefel took a hit on that slime there. Have to be careful, keep an eye on the HP. I'm not sure if he's managed to pick up a health drop or not. We'll find out soon. Maybe if we get a UI check or if he does a damage boost here.
Yeah, it's generally... Ooh, yeah, still hasn't got one unless he picked one up at the flower skip, as you would see him stop, so he might be dangerously low at this point. We are actually wanting to get to 1 health, so it's not too big of a deal. He just has to be careful around these slimes that he does not die.
Right, yeah, and gonna have to take it. And of course, there is the health drop from Kirefel. At the one point you do not want to see the health drop.
I swear that slime just waits until you're at 1 health to drop a health cell. If you wanted a health cell, he would not give it to you, but because you never want one, he always gives it to you, unfortunately.
And so UncleRonny picked up the 4th health cell. Now, Elo, you were also an incredibly good runner. I think, what, 1 second off of world record last I checked? What do you think of the 4th health cell, at least for players of your caliber, UncleRonny's caliber, and of course, Wilson?
I am upset that Ronnie has actually picked up the 4th cell. He's actually adapted this into his PB style as well recently. So it's not just something that he's adding for the tournament. He is doing this in his normal runs. But I do feel a runner of his caliber should probably drop that little bit of safety for 8 seconds, which could have got him the world record when he almost got it.
All right, Ronnie picking up the first skill. Wall jump had a really, really good time here. Gonna be like, let's see. It's like around a 360, and that is so fast.
Wow.
And Kirefel coming up behind, just a little bit less optimal movement, but still pretty respectable time here.
Yeah, it's amazing to see. The times that you can still get with 4 HP is quite amazing, and we're just going to see clean movement from Ronnie at this point. The only point where he may lose a little bit of time is when he enters Blackroot Burrows, which will not be for a while. We'll see them catching the level up on the way up, so he'll have to manage his SP a little bit better, as I believe he does take Magnet, so we'll have to see which slimes he either skips or does not.
Yeah, all depending on that XP count upon entering.
Yeah,
unfortunately, Kirefel taking a save there, gonna damage boost through the spores here. That's like a glitchless strat where you make a save to boost through, or not, sorry, glitchless, 0 XP strat there.
Yeah, it's used quite a lot in 0 XP, which is, it's good to see that he has that knowledge that he can kind of do that stuff. So he's not necessarily a newer runner, but it's good to see him take adaptive strats maybe out of other categories that he knows the game of. Ooh, he unfortunately has to slow down a bit and kill these slimes, as he took a little bit of damage from that damage boost. So he should be fine at the moment. He's at a little bit of low health, so he needs to be careful just avoiding more damage, as he just went down to 1 health, I believe. So unfortunately, he will get to Black Roof safe.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Ronnie entered Blackroot with 32 XP. If you level up Magnet, you're pretty much guaranteed to get 36. So instead, offered to level up Rekindle, so he doesn't have to worry about getting any unnecessary XP there.
Yeah, it's a nice little adaptation. If you don't notice that you're quite high on the XP there, you may do an early level up, which will destroy the run entirely, pretty much, as we are saving this level up to get through the Frankie walk though after this little segment.
Sorry to interrupt. Kirefel also in the same situation and has to level up Rekindle there. Really not that big of a difference. It's just routing the XP within BRB to make sure you set up the proper amount of XP to do the Frankie walk after this.
Yeah, and we see Ronnie on the left-hand side. He's just taken a little bit of damage there. He misslipped, and he's still alive. He's still got 4 HP, which is, again, that nice buffer we were talking about earlier, so it makes this a little bit easier. And
how do you menu this fast?
That looked like incorrect menuing, actually, there. It looked like he hit
I know, it's bad. You say it's bad, and I say, how do you do it this fast? I mean, I'm so jealous.
There's bindings that can help. There are some people, like, I know one is Hydra, and he uses a scroll wheel to select things. So imagine the speed of those, and if you get it wrong, you could just spend an eternity in there.
Yeah, there's a reason Hydra menuing is actually a thing for when
yes.
Exactly that happens.
So we don't see any big mistakes from either of the runners in Blackroot Burrows, which is always a pleasure to see. At the start of the game, any deaths, especially in Blackroot Burrows or Glades, can kind of dishearten you, so hopefully the runner's spirits will be quite high at the moment, and we'll see a very clean run from the two.
Okay, just got an update from none other than Hydra himself. He says, yes, UncleRonny does indeed use the same exact setup that Hydra does.
Oh dear lord.
That's pretty good.
So we may see some spectacular menuing right after this cutscene skip that Ronnie's doing on the left.
I now want to see Ronnie versus Hydra at some point in this tournament.
Menuing specific. Who can menu the fastest? It doesn't really matter about the run.
Ronnie picks up, gets a sub Slurpee dash. Around a 709. Call it Slurpee dash because 711, it's dumb. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm obviously English, so this didn't make a lot of sense to me when people started talking about it. and because we don't have Slurpees or a 7-Eleven, so it didn't really make much sense until
Missing out,
people
man.
explained it. Feels European, man. So
Here we
on
go.
the left-hand side, we are seeing Ronnie go for the Frankie walk. It shouldn't cause him too much problems, as a runner of his caliber has done this millions and millions of times.
Kirefel picks up Dash himself with a respectable 750 time.
Yeah, sub 8 on Dash is really good time. Unfortunately, we've only got Ronnie to base it off, and he is running out of his mind at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised if he's very, very close to his PB at the moment.
Oh man, like
Imagine
being
a
close to
world
PB
record.
in a tournament race, and then your PB is a 28.
I mean, we have the potential to see a world record in this very race. So Ronnie, please don't make any mistakes and show us all how
Well, now
good
that
this
you've
run
said
can be.
that, LO.
Commentator's curse.
Yes, exactly. You're not supposed
So
to say
sorry.
that.
Ronnie, please fail. Please fail!
There you go. That's what you do. The reverse commentator's curse.
We'll see if it works right here. He's going to go for a quick setup for an early
Why,
cycle on
LO?
this.
What did you do?
Oh, that wasn't me, I swear. I was just wanting him to do good. I'm sorry if that is a curse.
See, it doesn't matter what you say, it's what you think. And you were not thinking, you didn't actually want him to fail. You were just saying that, and the game knew.
I just don't want him to beat my time. In my true state. So we see Kirefel on the right, successfully getting the XP, leveling up, and then the Dawn hopefully won't face too many problems with the Death Gauntlet. Oh no! Why? I'm gonna stop talking, fan. I am gonna let you do the commentary because I am cursing these runners.
What just happened? I missed it all. You're gonna have to at least explain that.
Kirefel killed the slime on the wall, started climbing up as you would, and of course, we know Frankies all have chairs, and the Monthly Frog wanted to show us how to use it this time.
Oh no.
That's not good. But he has took quite a big deficit there. It will be very hard to get into this race at all, especially with Ronnie just playing absolutely perfectly. He's picked up double jump.
You did it again, LO.
As
As you say that, he gets the second try grotto skip. Just
please take over, fan. Please, just stop me. I'm a curse.
all right. Okay, onwards to Kirefel, doing the Frankie walk himself. Now, interesting note: Kirefel is at exactly 19 XP from a level up, and this Frankie will drop 19 XP. So needs to grab it all. There it is. It is as close as you can get. Not 1 XP more away.
Yes, beautiful. It just means that he's that good. He knew he was basically counting every single one he picked up just to perfection. Ooh. And he is quickly making his way through the Death Gauntlet. No deaths again. He is not making the same mistake twice. And before I curse him a little bit more, he's going to make the save. So it's safe. I can keep talking about it.
Alright, so Kirefel, good runner, doesn't go for the God Cycle here, so wouldn't expect anything here. Okay, I was trying to do like the reverse commentator's curse thing again, but no. So. Yes, I didn't know he goes for it.
I think it only works when I say it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I don't know if when I curse them by saying they're doing good or bad, it'll work, or if I'm just entirely cursed. And when I speak of a runner, they will do badly. But on the left-hand side, we are seeing something that only a handful of runners do. It's actually another God Cycle in Swamp Area. And he just did something that looks very mundane, but it was absolutely hard as nails, and he pulled it off.
Oh no, sorry to interrupt. Kirefel took a death on the Frankie. Didn't get that dash slide right before the double jump tree, and when you do, Frankie just is in the perfect position to jump up and take you out.
Yeah, the Frankies are not being kind to Kirefel in this run at all, as we see Ronnie on the left side entering one of the only dungeons, I believe, in this game that we will see.
That was a sub 12 Ginso entry. That is really good.
Yeah. Anything below 12 just means that you are basically in the top 10 of the runners. Not many runners can get that at all. It just shows, why do I keep on mentioning it? Ronnie takes a little bit of hit on the Gema, but he recovers quite well, doesn't take a death, so he will just be marching on, hopefully taking no more damage.
Yeah, I just have to wait another cycle and go back up. Not too big of a deal.
No.
Not even opting the safety save there before heading into the teleporter room, as I call it, I guess. I don't know if
No,
this room has an official name here.
I think teleport room is generic name for this. But with him taking that health loss, it actually set him up perfectly for the Mr. Asmus cycle, which we just saw him do. So that health loss may have actually helped him. He probably would have taken it later on. So it lost a bit of a cycle, but it was generally okay and set him up.
Yes, I just want to make a quick note. Kirefel did an excellent first try grotto skip. Good for him.
Unfortunately, having trouble with some of these grotto walls, which are the worst walls in the game to climb, as all runners will know. They are just terrible. But he's making short work of them now and gets to the top. Hopefully saves past Gumo and steals his orb for the water vein.
Pretty good mini boss fight for Ronnie there. I'll say it looked like a 5 cycle, if I saw correctly.
Yeah, judging by the hits.
See what it was.
It did look like a 5, which is pretty much standard. You can get a 4, but it's really difficult, and it is not at all bad to get a 5 cycle. As we see him just taking some intentional damage there, collecting the keys and preparing his ghost door to get to the bash ability.
Nice little hyperspeed there over to the bash tree.
Yeah, some people argue over the fact whether this is slower or faster. I personally do it because it looks cool and I enjoy the setup, but it might actually be slower to the point of less than 0.5 seconds, so it doesn't really matter, but it looks cool.
Well, looking cool is as important as anything else in a speedrun.
I know, right? And Ronnie is making things look really cool at the moment, especially when he climbs walls. He does actually do ninja jumps, which are pretty impressive to do throughout the run. Don't really save much time, but again, look really, really cool.
Yeah, if they're done absolutely perfectly, they save on the order of, like, I don't know, a couple frames, if that.
Yeah.
And then if you don't do them perfectly, you lose times.
Is it worth it? Definitely. Oh,
they
no,
look cool, yes. Yes, it's worth it.
Wonder if Ronnie got the rekindle there. If he collects 4 keys here, it seems like everything's fine. Yes, everything's fine. Just lose a little bit of time to a silly death.
Another hyperspeed there.
Gotta get these hyperspeeds in. They look so good.
Wait, what happened there? What's... Oh! He did not successfully do the key dupe there. That must be what happened.
Okay, so I was right initially. So when he died doing the key dupe, he did not rekindle his save, which means he took all of the keys, which give him 4, and he actually needs to dupe them and get 7. So unfortunately, he's having to reload an earlier save, and it went all the way to the bash tree. This is quite the mistake from Ronnie and gives Kirefel a lot of time to catch up as he almost is approaching where Ronnie is. That's devastating.
Alright, so keep a close eye on Ronnie here. Make sure he gets it this time. After making a mistake like that, you're going to be paying very close attention to that rekindle, making sure you may see a UI check here, just to be absolutely certain that those keys went in.
Yeah, sometimes that save is really, really finicky to get the rekindle on, because there's enemies trying to shoot you, and if they've got you in their targets, you can't rekindle.
Wait, did he even rekindle that save? Like, I just saw him immediately on death, like already walking up the room there.
Let's hope he doesn't require it. So here he gets a save and does die, and successfully duplicates the key, so he can exit the Ginso tree and go on to the first kind of run killer, which is...
Oh no, Kirefel takes a death in the mini-boss. Sorry to interrupt, Elo. I was getting close to the end there, but thankfully the game auto-saves, and I'm not going to have to worry about it too much. It could be way worse.
Yeah, unfortunately, there was an early save just when you enter there, so no big amount of time lost for him.
Ronnie out of Ginso.
Nice.
Grabbing this XP up here, getting a time level up, refilling health and energy. Now we're going to see this little skip here, save and reload to skip this little animation here. We're going to be doing his swamp entry.
Yeah, Ronnie is quite individual on the way that he does this. The blind movement here can be done slowly, or it can be done like Ronnie. He tries to bash the frog that we're moving before the cutscene even ends. So the frog is actually further than anyone else does this that I am aware of. And he makes it in such a quick cycle. And even this shot he tries to do in one, but he has a little bit of trouble.
I want to say something, but I'm speechless. That was so cool.
He had a little bit of trouble, but that is just so impressive to watch Ronnie do. He's one of the only people to do it like that. It's very nice.
You do that, Elo.
I do not do that. It is too crazy for me. I go for consistent moves instead of the fastest. And that is certainly not consistent for me.
And damage boosting up the spike while they're on the way to stomp. That ensures that he doesn't have to wait for little shark to shoot a little orb up there. More optimizations from Ronnie there. Need to be...
Go ahead.
You can't take damage on the way into the swamp entry in order to pull that off.
No, it's a nice 0.5 second save. So on the right hand side we see Kirefel going for what Ronnie failed, and he seemed to have got that very nicely. Does the rekindle, so he has that safety. So this will mean that he gains a little bit of time on Ronnie as he's doing his KG perfectly.
So double bashes from Ronnie, getting that frog into position, bash off of to grab that ability cell.
Yeah, it can be really tricky. There's a few setups, and I've seen all types of them go wrong from both personal and watching streams.
Kirefel got the hyperspeed into the Ginso mini boss as well. No Kuro cutscene today from UncleRonny.
Yeah, as expected. The Kuro cutscene skip is very difficult, but after doing it thousands of times, as we see it in the awesome action replay, is no trouble. He goes for a little damage boost there, which can look very scary, but it is a very consistent setup.
Yeah, I'd never go for that myself because the game, it's obviously the game's fault. Eats all my jump inputs. I fall off and into the instant death spikes on the bottom. So
yeah, it's not worth it. When I first saw it in the last tournament, people like Sigma were doing it. I was like, I'm never going to do that. It's terrifying. So on the right-hand side, we're going to see Kirefel's attempt at the early swamp entry. See if he does the blind movement. It looks like he is, although some players choose to stop halfway because there is a place where you can die, and it unfortunately soft locks your game, but he does it absolutely perfectly, gets to the frog, which is the optimal movement for that, and is just trying to set up a save, so it makes this a little bit safer.
Alright, that frog is over. So it looks like Kirefel is in good shape here. Just needs to get the frog to shoot over. It's like a kind of precise shot, over this little petrified plant. You got to do a double bash, grab the cell, and oh, unfortunately misses.
Oh, he didn't get the double jump in time. He hit the floor, which means the shot just went straight over his head.
It was good, but just angled slightly to the left, hit the tree trunk before the breakable rocks. Come on, Kirefel. You got this. That looks good. That looks good. There it is.
And yes. Beautiful swamp entry by them. I'd like to direct you to the left-hand side. Good to see Ronnie pick up the cell and then try Stompless, which is a very precise trick. He should be able to get it. I've known him to have a few problems recently with it, so see if he gets it. The shot looks pretty good. As long as he gets his movement here, he should collect the ability cell in time for the cutscene.
Yeah, Kirefel unfortunately took a death on the way over to the swamp. Not sure if it was like getting dunked in the water or running into the rhino, but has to do the swamp entry again.
Yeah, that
Ronnie
rhino
gets
can be
the
pesky.
fast Stompless there.
Which is very good. That is a very hard trick to get, but unfortunately it opens the door for another hard trick instantly after called the Sorrow Bash, which I'm sure everyone's aware of, and we'll see him try to manipulate some birds and fly all the way up to Sorrow.
Yeah, the absolute plague to new runners. Once you get it down, like it's pretty consistent. Like just get your position right, get the bashes right, and be really, really consistent at it. And see how Ronnie takes it using the double bash strats.
Yeah, he actually does a triple double bash strat, which is insane. I think only a handful do it like this. He's recently changed to doing the 3 double bashes, and it's very impressive to watch. And we're also going to see him do a crazy juggle. This looks absolutely amazing. It is amazing, impressive, and it saves a bunch of time, so let's see if he can get this. If he damages this frog once, it means he cannot do the trick. He'll have to go down and recover with a second frog, but he does it to perfection.
And we see most runners opt for the Terra break route, where you'll go to the charge jump tree, bring up the menu, and then level up to break through the ceiling. But yeah, this is quite a bit faster to do it this way, but incredibly difficult, incredibly precise. Like just the amount of really precise inputs that you need to do to in a row, to like consecutively super precise inputs just to pull that off.
Each one you only have 3 frames to stop the charge dash, so to do that, I think it's like 10 plus times is just amazing to see from any runner. Ooh, he almost stomped straight into that, but he knew what cycle he was on, and he kind of manipulated by getting the flowers, so he'd just be opening this ghost door and making his way to charge jump. And we see the 5th health cell come out from Kirefel, and he will just... Ooh, he took a little bit of damage there. I think that was unintentional. Fortunately recovers on the wall and will be making his way to Charge Flame, which is kind of the central ability, I believe, between the start of the game and then the hard part of the game. Would you agree with that, Fant?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a non-stop onslaught of really, really scary areas, precise tricks, and lots of opportunity for death.
Yes, but also a lot of opportunity for really cool movement, which you're seeing Ronnie just pull off to perfection. It's such a beautiful thing to see a high-level runner pull off Misty.
And the Stomp Council's beautiful. So Stomp Councils, for those of you who are not aware, Stomp or Charge Dash uses an energy, and there are a couple of ways to refund that energy after doing a charge dash. One of them is to interrupt your charge dash with a stomp, not a swamp, we're out of that. Another one is to bash off of an enemy at the end of the charge dash. So like we see there off of the slime from Ronnie. And doing that gives your energy back, and you can still go really, really fast.
Yeah, energy management is something crucial to get through Misty. We only have 5, and we're wanting to do so many charge dashes, so we need to conserve as much as we can. We did see Kirefel have a little bit of trouble with the skip on the little teleporter there to cut scene skip, but he manages to get around it, and he's making his way to Stompless and Sorrow Bash if he chooses to do those. Well, he has to do Sorrow Bash, but I don't know if he does Stompless.
I can't really process what's going on for Ronnie here. He's moving too fast, dude.
Yes, he does make it look way too easy, and he just doesn't wait for anything. Even if death is staring him in the face, he just charges towards it.
Oh, man.
Oh, no! Oh, there's the benefits of full health coming out. So when you take full health, it kind of gives you that little bit of safety, but Ronnie likes to use it as, I can do the craziest strats and kind of get away with it, so it's nice to see him do things like that. That rocket jump's crazy.
Yeah, Ronnie opted to do his one and only save. Meanwhile, attention on the right, Kirefel, oh no, was going for fast Stompless, but unfortunately misaligned it, taking the death, but has a save at the top and will be able to try again. Okay, there's another shot. Here we go. Race to get to the ability cell. Ooh, falls down, but still has time to get back up. And unfortunately, unfortunately misses fast Stompless, but chooses to take a death and do this again.
I don't know if that was a choice to do that death. Unfortunately, I've done it many times. You think those spikes are a lot further to the right than you are, so he may have actually accidentally died there. Hopefully he gets it this time.
That looked like a successful, not Sad Cellless version. Of course, Sad Cellless being pulling off the fast Stompless, but not getting the ability cell that you're racing towards.
And blink and you missed him. Misty is entirely gone. Ronnie is already in the final skill section. Hopefully we don't see any unintentional deaths. We just saw an intentional one to try and get to this cycle and open the door in time as well. And he nails the Yoka cycle beautifully and is just on his way to last skill.
What is this?
I didn't even see that menu. It's too quick. Ronnie. Anyway, on the right hand side, we're going to see Kirefel attempt the Sorrow Bash. And hopefully there's not too many problems. There's potential to lose a lot of time in here.
Ronnie going for a swag grenade jump there. Oop, takes a hit.
Oh, this grenade jump is beautiful. Unfortunately, chooses not to go for it. This year. Oh no! Kirefel almost got through Sorrow Pass first time. Unfortunately, just makes it short with the bash and takes a death. Hopefully, he'll get it second time. The bird looks good for the setup.
Okay, there we go. Ronnie picked up the 5th and final health cell for him. All that's left is head over to Mount Horu, pull off the door warp, do the final escape. Kirefel makes it into Sorrow, keeping an eye on the energy. Energy management is important, at least for the last half of the game here. You have to use it on rocket jumps. That's a non-refundable charge dash strat here.
Oh dear. A little bit short on that rocket jump, but
yeah, but opts to take a safety save at the stop. Still has 1 more energy, and this is the difference. So UncleRonny went for the crazy juggle, and this is what we see most other runners do: the terror break.
Yeah,
so Kirefel is going to go grab charge jump, open up a save anywhere, and use that to break the ceiling of Sorrow. Here we go, on the left. UncleRonny has made it to Mount Horu. Are we going to see a first try door warp, Elo?
I would be very shocked if we do not. I've seen Ronnie countless times. He usually gets it first try. Hopefully I haven't cursed him again, and we'll see the first.
Well, if he doesn't, I'm blaming you.
I agree to this.
Okay, alright, you're safe. You're safe.
The curse has been lifted. Let's hope he doesn't die to the fish.
Just okay, you lifted the fish, now you just had to go and say that. Alright. Look at this, 29:15 activating the final escape. That is a ridiculous time.
Yeah, that means like a 30-minute, 50 seconds, somewhere around there if he doesn't make any mistakes, so that is just amazing for a race situation.
Kirefel performing the terror break. Looks like he's at the top of Sunstone, so we'll be heading into the Sunstone cutscene and moving on, but still, attention back to the left. UncleRonny quickly approaching the final trick in the game, the grenade jump, a frame-perfect input as the last input of the game. Has the chance to soft lock, but someone of this caliber probably gonna be perfectly fine.
Ooh, I'm not sure about that. I've seen the best fall to this trick. And Roddy actually did something weird for a long time. He always, as you saw, it looks like he fails the first grenade jump, but he actually chooses to waste the first attempt, as through practice, he has seen that it isn't that successful, and he'll usually soft block on the first attempt. So he gets it the second try. That is actually intentional by Ronnie.
Yeah, and I could tell that movement has been practiced, because he did a stomp cancel to get back to the position for the grenade jump.
Yeah, and it's just impressive to see. And that was an amazing run. Unfortunately, not a 29 like his old time, but still a 30-minute, which is absolutely insane. Good job to Ronnie on this run.
Wow, that was a treat to watch all the way through.
Oh, I totally nailed the estimate. At the escape, I guessed 30-50, and it was pretty spot on.
That's exact. You nailed it.
I guess I've played this game too much. Anyway, as we see Kirefel, he's making very short work through Misty, banging, zooming, bashing off all of the enemies to make it to climb. I'm just going to see a cutscene here and hopefully get down the doom spikes. Have we seen any runners go for the single or no feather yet? Do you know? I haven't personally seen any.
Are you referring to the single feather down this little bend here?
The single feather, yes.
I have not seen it, but I wasn't paying too close attention to Ronnie there, so maybe he did it.
True. He is mad enough to do it, and he has that 4th hell cell, so it's kind of safe to go for as well.
There it is, climb for Kirefel. Just makes his way out of Misty and into the final skill, Light Grenade. So he'll be finishing up shortly.
Yeah, Misty is something that you just kind of love to practice. I don't know about you, fan, but it's...
Unfortunately, a death. Second keystone, another one getting a little too eager there on the dashes.
Those dashes
Oh
can be
no!
kind of annoying.
No.
Oh no! That
Took a hit to the
slime
spikes and the
didn't
slime
either.
finished the job.
Yep, the Guardian. He is not letting him pass there.
Yeah,
Come
down to
on,
2
Kirefel.
HP. Has to be careful.
So careful. Oh no! Everything's going wrong at the moment. Oh, it's a little bit low. Oh no!
Kirefel giving me a heart attack there. Just going in for a taste of the spikes.
This is, I'd say it's the hardest part, movement-wise, to get perfectly. So he's probably going for all the quickest strats that he knows. And unfortunately, he's just got into an infinite death series in Misty, which has happened to the best of us. I remember staying minutes and minutes in Misty on some runs. Can just eat you alive.
Oh no! Gets another taste of the spike, but at 2 HP, just needs to get to the top by this keystone. Oh no! Kirefel.
Please give Kirefel all of your energy, chat. He needs it to get out of Misty. But it is very easy to kind of fall into the slump of, I can't get out of this area, and you just keep making mistakes. You kind of just have to... Oh, he kills the frog again, unfortunately, but it should be okay. He's still alive.
Alright, there we go. He's made it.
Please save. Please save.
He's got this. We're good. We're in there.
Oh, he's getting value out of that save as well.
You know, I like it. You know, having a lot of trouble getting that first keystone, still going for all the stomp cancels, still going for all the charge dashes everywhere. I like the attitude.
Yeah, if he's going to finish this, he's going to finish this as fast as possible, even if it kills him. Many, many times.
LO.
I try. Do you reckon we're going to see the meatball rocket jump from Kirefel? Is quite an advanced move.
I don't know for sure this rocket jump here that he just did, but looks like he went for it.
Ooh,
but
yeah, the setup was
goes
good.
Goes into the spikes, but still 4 HP. I said it too soon.
He just tried that a little bit too quickly. He didn't get the setup correct, and
All right, let's see if he goes for it again.
Straight into the meatball.
Okay, not gonna go for it again, but is through safely this time.
Ooh,
The best.
making noise through those meatballs. Crazy. Let's see if he will use the quickest strat that he can for the mini-boss. You should never see it. Chooses not to go for the save. He went for Bang Zoom, unfortunately just misses out on it and takes the quick 2-cycle perfectly fine and gets the level up on the outside, so he'll have all of the XP and health and energy to get to Blackroot Burrows.
Alright, and there we go. On the way out, getting that nice health refill. Choosing not to safety save, but you know, getting out of Misty at this last part is significantly easier than anything else in Misty. Throwing in some nice stomp cancels there. Go across. There we go. Sitting at 3 energy, doesn't even need to make a save to refill. Oh, sorry, 2 energy. So maybe we'll see a save to refill here. Who knows?
Yeah, it's quite impressive to see stomp cancels. Stomp cancels are generally used later on when you've kind of mastered everything else. They don't save a lot of time, but it's nice to add a few in, especially in Misty. It can make you travel a lot faster, so it's good to see Kirefel go for quite a lot of stomp cancels in his run.
The best thing about stomp cancels is you get to hear the really satisfying charge dash sound over and over again.
Yeah, it's one of the best sounds in the game, apart from Genzo Escape, and we don't even hear that anymore.
Like, even if you're losing time doing stomp cancels because you're not doing them right, it still makes you feel like you're going really fast.
Yeah, you hear the fast sound, so you must be going fast, right?
Exactly.
Perfect logic.
Here we go, final cutscene skip for Kirefel.
Let's do this. We don't see the father of Naru, which is always a good thing. No one likes to see that cutscene.
Yeah, like I said, you know, this is a spoiler-free playthrough.
Yeah, we are
You can
viewer
watch
friendly.
and not worry about it. Kirefel going for the same grenade jump Ronnie went for, and also gets hit by the same set of spikes. Here we go, Kirefel going for another one. Okay, here we go. Come on, Kirefel. Just the determination. He wants this grenade jump. He really wants it. Come on, man.
He is willing to waste all of his energy on this one grenade jump. It's good to see. Never give up, Kirefel. No.
Alright, unfortunately, Ops 2. He gave it an honest try.
He did.
Onward to more things. There's plenty more spots for Kirefel to show us some swag grenade jumps. See if he goes for
Wanted
any
to
of
go
them.
quickly there. So unfortunately, he's not allowed to do some of the things that he may want to do because of the energy he wasted on the grenade jumps. So
Hey.
there are some rocket jumps. Ooh, bodied.
Nothing stopping him from saving on the teleporter and getting more energy to show off some swag.
This is true. Oh, banlings, don't you just hate them?
Oh man, the spikes.
Seems like everything's out to kill Kirefel at the moment. They do not want him to finish this game.
Alright, but there we go. Getting that health refill. Okay, moment of truth. Are you going to save? Get that? Yes! Yes, Kirefel!
He wants to show us everything.
Full energy. Let's see some grenade jumps, man.
Do you reckon he will go for some crazy grenade jumps or just go for the usual charge dashes? I'd like to see some grenade jumps. Oh dear. He actually took a trip to the Moon Grotto just to show us the beautiful walls again.
No, a long time ago that was the old strat until someone pointed out, hey, why don't we just go to the swamp? And
Yep.
lo and behold, it was faster.
Amazing how the route changes so many times. Right, here is the time. Are we going to see another pickup? No, he's comfortable. Has he got 6 health at the moment? Yes. So 6 health is about 1 more than...
Wait, no, wait, hang on. I'm looking at it.
Is that 5?
5 health? It looks like 5 health.
My eyes deceive me. Yeah, it's definitely 5, so that's not giving him a lot of error at all for this last section. But before we talk about that, door warp attempts, how many?
1.
Place your bets. 1.
1.
I'm
What
gonna go with...
is Kirefel doing here?
Huh?
Did I miss something?
Experience?
But you don't need XP.
Is he doing something crazy?
Does he not have the sunstone?
No, he opened the door. You saw it open.
Okay, yeah, the door opened. Maybe safety lock?
Unless he's gonna show off something
Oh,
crazy,
okay, here
like
we go. He
lava
forgot
skip.
the 6th health cell.
Ah,
This is
he's
something
not
that
crazy.
Yeah, no, this is something Kirefel mentioned to me earlier today before getting to the race. No, one thing that's troubling him is forgetting the Horu health cell, and unfortunately forgot it again. If you don't have 6 HP, your movement needs to be very precise in the final batch of water at the end of the game. So he realized before going in, which is good because going through the final escape only to realize you're at 5 HP by then is pretty rough.
Yeah, it's a lot of time you spend if you keep on dying there, other than just getting that 1 health cell, and you should be able to get through there, no tries. So anyway, back to the door warps. 1 attempt for fun. I believe 2. Who will be right?
1, yes. What do I win?
Every time. You win the great award of being correct.
Okay.
And the admiration of the chat. Who will pay you in emotes and memes.
Alright, final escape for Kirefel. Let's see how he tackles it. It's like you're gonna get the cycle there for the lava ball there. The lava. What is that thing? Is it a lava fountain? Lava geyser?
Ooh, I don't know. Technically, I am not a geologist, so I would not like to share light on this subject.
Alright, here we go. This is where that 6 HP is going to come in handy for Kirefel. And yes, took 5 hits of damage, so that was critical for him there. Going in without that 6 health cell, that would have been a death, and I would have had to redo the escape.
Yeah, one of the hardest parts is knowing where you're good and where you're bad, and he knew he needed that extra health, so good to see. Ooh, trouble with the grenade jumps. The position looks pretty good, so if he was to get any of these, it doesn't look like he would soft lock, but it can kind
There
of
it is.
catch you off
Alright.
guard. The
Successful
go
grenade
for the
jump.
grenade jump.
That was a 4th try. Pretty respectable. That is a very, very precise trick.
Yep.
There's 2 inputs separated by exactly 1 frame. Your
And that
position has to be
means...
right. The angle has to be right.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. I think there's a lot of hate for this trick, especially from me. I have lost numerous runs to it, unfortunately. And to be at the last input of the game, I mean, come on.
Alright, there we go. Final time for Kirefel. 40 to 53. Now,
Well, I think you'll be pretty proud of that run.
Yeah, it's a little rough early on, but Kirefel managed to make it through. Still, pushing through, like not going for any easier strats, just doing it till he got what he had practiced. I really appreciate that.
Yeah,
but
good job.
With that being said, how about we get Ronnie in here and talk a little bit about that run?
Yeah, that would be awesome. Come on in, Ronnie.
Ronnie?
Hello.
Welcome.
Congratulations on your run, sir.
Thank you so much, Hello and Fant.
Thanks. But we would like to ask some questions about that run. How did you feel generally about it? You got a pretty good time, not quite as quick as your earlier runs, but it's still very respectable. How do you feel it went?
Yeah, I've been having an amazing week in terms of PBs. Like, I've been giving out PB after PB. It felt really good. And then this run, the key dupe area, of course, which was my major mistake here. I misjudged my health, so I'm actually lucky, and I'm glad that I noticed early enough and didn't just carry on with my run and then realized too late. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was not good. We were watching it as it unfolded. I was like, did he actually do the save? And then reloaded the save, and I was like, no, it's such a bad time loss. But it didn't really seem to affect the rest of your run. You kind of just threw it off and did pretty much perfectly for the rest of the run.
I actually lost a bunch of my nerves after that. Like, I was really nervous before that, and then after that mistake, I was like, the nerves were gone.
Blessing in disguise. Very nice. Do you have any questions, Fant?
Yeah, I'm just really curious about this setup that you do for the final grenade jump. Like, so soft locking, is that just something like you ran into all the time, where like just no matter what, like everything you try is like just soft lock on that final grenade jump? You're like, you know what? Forget it. I'm gonna do this crazy setup here to get my position perfect and just nail it every time.
I'm not sure how exactly I discovered this, like jumping before doing my attempts, like quote unquote fixes it. But yeah, I just used to get a soft lock like 50% of the time, so even though my position was perfect. And when I did accidentally fail the first try and then got it the second or third tries, it seemed to work 100% of the time. So I put 2 and 2 together and figured I'll just do that all the time.
Yeah, not a big time loss for a consistent setup is definitely the price I would pay.
Yeah, there you go. The stats don't lie. No, I really don't have anything else because I'm just speechless after that run and super jealous of how good you are, Ronnie. So I'm gonna throw it over to Elo. Any more questions?
No, I think that pretty much covers it. Congratulations again on the victory. I hope you do very well in your next races.
Thank you very much, and thanks for the kind words. GG to Kirefel.
Yeah,
Indeed.
well, that wraps it up for us, Elo. Coming up right after this, we're going to have Sigmason versus Cleanfill. And no, Cleanfill is not related to Kirefel, even though they have like super similar names. Just complete coincidence. It's going to be happening at the top of the hour, so just 10 minutes from now. And Elo, any final words for us before we peace out here?
Thank you very much, and thanks for the kind words. GG to Kirefel.
Nope, it was just a great race by both of them. Stick around to see even better races later on. Don't go away.